So I use a number of these storage boxes for kind of keeping my electronic components and parts in, but they don't look particularly attractive. So what I'm going to do is make a larger wooden enclosure, which will hopefully look a little bit nicer around the home and will hold a lot of these storage trays. To make this, I used a sheet of 2x4 kind of 12mm plywood. From this I was able to get the top and two of the sides. The base came from a scrap piece of MDF I had to hand. To reinforce the whole thing, to give it a little bit more rigidity, I kind of stuck a couple of battens down the rear side of the verticals. This also kind of doubled as a backstop for the drawers as they slid in. I attached the two sides to the base using some glue and a couple of screws. I then kind of clamped that up and left that to dry. When that was kind of done, I flipped it over and nailed and glued on the top piece. This was a lot more exposed, so I didn't want to have any screw holes that needed to be filled in at the end. To tidy up the front of the unit and to hide the kind of end grain of the plywood, I cut down a couple of strips of oak I had. It was a little bit too broad for what I wanted, so I cut that down to an exact 12mm width and glued and nailed that onto the front. Now this would also have the effect of giving it a little bit of kind of impact protection, so as the boxes get loaded in and out, it's hopefully going to be a little bit stronger than just the edge of the plywood. Once the frame was complete, I gave it a quick sand and moved on to the supports for the trays. To do this, I used a scrap piece of 9mm ply I had and cut that down into a load of kind of strips of roughly the right height. These were then kind of cut to length, and I kind of came up with a bit of kind of a spacing mechanism just to position them correctly. Once I had the base support in place, that was kind of glued and nailed in, I started making my way kind of up, adding in a few supports at a time and then testing it just to make sure it wasn't kind of out of place and everything was still sliding in smoothly. As you can see, I also added some cross bracing to the back. This was to give the whole unit a little bit more stability and to stop it kind of falling over. So every 3 or 4 rows I'd stop, take everything out and make sure the trays kind of all slid and fit in. I was going for a slightly kind of tighter fit than the original, so I wanted to make sure this fitting was maintained throughout. When all the side supports were in and complete, I gave the unit a coat of white emulsion and then a couple of coats of grey paint and finished it off with a coat of quick drying varnish. So this is the final thing. It is pretty kind of similar to the original, except it's a kind of obviously made from wood, it's a little bit neater. The vertical spacing of these is a little bit tighter, so I can get 15 in the space where there was originally 12. And the drawers still kind of slide in and out kind of pretty much as well as they used to. For a one-day build involving a lot of scrap wood, I'm very pleased with the end result.